What's up, Chart Squad? Looking at 5G. We're starting with the 5G ETF. So far, it looks like we've set this daily higher low. Beautiful little level down here. 24.54 is the current low. Had a nice inside bar on Friday. We broke pre-market, so we didn't get that beautiful break and break out that we like to see on inside bars, but you know what? I consider that to be set. So now bulls are going to be seeking a higher high to continue this daily trend, something over 25.58, which gives us several days for our potential bull entries and playing counter trends inside those daily setups. So right now, what we're looking for is, again, upside continuation, looking for a higher high over 25.58. No real resistance in sight except for maybe 25.40 on the daily time frame. 4 hours, bulls looking good. If we stay under 25.40, that's going to be a continuation of the 4-hour downtrend. So that is what we need to see. Likely, I would prefer to get a nice high, higher low, and continue up like that. Something like over here where we set a high, a higher low, and I realize now that that's actually a lower low. But what I'm looking for is a higher low over that level. And then coming up and breaking 25.40 to get that nice, beautiful follow through, breaking that 4-hour downtrend and creating that capability for us to break to new highs on the daily time frame. On the hourly time frame, starting to get a little bit slow down in today's action. Our RSI is likely close to overbought. No, not quite. 61.79. So looking good. This is a nice little bull flag type setup right now because we've got our move to the upside, our indecision candlesticks, and a nice tight range. If we go to the 15-minute time frame, we probably see that. And 5G doesn't have a ton of liquidity, but what you get is this nice tight range that you can watch. And ideally, you get continuation of the upside outside of that bull flag. We'll see what happens there. Let's clean up our charts a little bit. But overall, pretty positive day for the 5G sector and at least the 5G ETF. If we go to AVG on the daily time frame, we did have a nice green day today. We broke above 319.50, but for some reason we got pushed back down there. So there is a little bit of resistance still that we need to be worried about. We'll see what that looks like on the 5-minute time frame and what sort of resistance we actually encountered as we approach that level. But so far, bulls in control. Today's high day is going to be an issue, 320.18, and then the only other resistance above that is going to be up here at 325.67. So bulls have a good setup, and with some good momentum, there's a lot of positive growth in the daily time frame that can be taken advantage of here. No real resistance on the daily, probably minimal on the hourly. We'll take a look as we descend in. Support is going to be our last low at 313.71, and then below that 309. That's all I care about right now. 4-hour time frame, nice 4-hour uptrend. Currently looking for a higher low in this 4-hour uptrend after we set new highs, pulling back. So as long as bulls can stay above this low, 313.71, they're going to be in good shape. And on the hourly time frame, a little bit extended, 65.66, cooling off. So there's that resistance coming into play again. So here's that original resistance. Let's look at it on the daily. So from way back here on the 7th, we hit it again on the 22nd. Go to the 15-minute time frame. You can see how this level is coming into play. We tried to break over it, and we just couldn't do it, and we couldn't hold that break. When we got above, we pushed to a higher day. We fell right back underneath that support. So I don't think that bulls have proven to me conclusively enough that we're over 319.50. I'd like to see us flirt with this level tomorrow, prove it as a support, and then look for upside continuation after that. Anything other than that, and really I would just be treating this as a little bit of an ascending triangle type pattern. We'll see where we open up tomorrow. We don't tend to get a lot of movement or volatility in pre-market on AVGO. So the ideal situation would be to open below and then crack 319.50. So something like this, come down, break it, back test it, maybe even a couple times, and then look for upside continuation. So that's what I'd be looking for on AVGO. MRVL was fun today. That was my main trade, well, a couple main trades. Didn't watch much else. A lot of administration work today. But MRVL, likewise, very, very strong day. Not a lot of real resistance up here, so we managed to move pretty quickly when we did decide to move. 26.89, high of day resistance, and then beyond that, it's all going to be hourly and 4-hour until we get up to this double top in the area of 28.39. Let's adjust my levels again. 26.88, today's high of day. 4-hour bulls are going to be looking pretty good here, coming up against that resistance, so almost a triple top. RSI is in a happy place, which means if we break it, we're going to be in good shape. Hourly time frame, not really a bull flag, not really anything at all, just increasing volatility. So we need to see some sort of consolidation phase, build up, find ourselves a nice support level, and ideally tomorrow we would open above and backtest 2688 and find some further upside, because on the daily time frame, we are looking to set that higher low. We've defended this area, this gap. Now we're going to look for a high above 2839. It's going to take us a while to get there, I suspect, but we have short-term bullish bias. SWKS, another beautiful green day in the 5G sector. Of course, all of our 5G ETFs, and SWKS, I believe, is the biggest holding of the 5G ETF, so it's no wonder that's green. Higher day today is going to be a resistance for us tomorrow, 101.12. Then our next resistance, 101.99. Let's just call that 102 psychological, and then 102.95, or once we adjust our magnets, 102.87. So a lot of good bull momentum, a really nice base of support established here. 4-hour time frame. Is anyone overbought is my first question. 64.86, so we need to establish a higher low on the 4-hour time frame. So I'll be looking for an entry against EMA 12, EMA 26 with the expectation of further upside. And on the hourly, we can see that we are overbought, due for a pullback. And what we could do is either scout for an hourly entry, watching those 2, 3, 5-minute time frames for reversal and trend change rather, and try to find one of those hourly or 4-hour higher lows. That would be my play on SWKS, knowing that we are overbought, expecting some pullback. INSG, what a massive day today. Big breakout. We had this beautiful bounce. We had a little bit of a bull flag situation. Bulls stepped it up right away. We had only a few consolidation patterns. Other than that, it was just consistent higher lows. We'll check that out in the daily time frame. Well, this was the play. Resistance right now on the daily time frame, $5.98. Likely we're going to see some issues with RSIs before we have to worry about these 4-hour or hourly levels. And we've got support at 483. So 4-hour time frame, are we overbought? Yes, we are. So we expect a higher low above 483. Hourly time frame also needs to pull back 77.39, but we are establishing higher lows, so we can use these levels for our intraday plays tomorrow. And on the 15-minute time frame, here's that consolidation. Really just a beautiful base of support at 540. Let's see some pullback tomorrow. I would fish that level, looking for bulls to defend it, and if they do, further upside. But keeping in mind we have that 4-hour higher low pattern that we need to seek out and find. 5-minute time frame, and really looks best on the 2-minute time frame. But just beautiful equilibrium right in the beginning of the day. We saw bulls defend with a multiple bottom here, big breakout, and then just 2-minute higher lows for the vast majority of the day. And even when we did see a little bit of counter trend, we found that 540 support. We came back down, held it again, which was a beautiful support fishing opportunity, and then a run for 14 cents. INSG just plays really, really well. I should have been paying more attention to that and not watching MRVL, but got a few good trades. I did record those for the TCG members. I'll post those if I can get to editing them tonight. ADI, last ticker for us to look at on the daily time frame. Another big green day, good volume. Looks like earnings tomorrow. So you know what? I'm not even going to do an analysis on this because earnings is going to very likely wreck any sort of chart analysis that we're going to do. So good luck to anyone playing ADI tomorrow. Obviously, Bills were in control today, and we'll follow up with the sector tomorrow. Thank you for watching.